What's up? Welcome to the first episode on New Village Pictures YouTube channel. Today we're going to look at some of the old videos I've done, as well as take a look at why I'm making a YouTube channel during COVID-19. So part of what I'm doing today is I'm actually coming at you from AT&T just because right now it's during COVID-19, and why would I start a YouTube channel during all of this to begin with? I feel like it's a good idea to kind of put some stuff out there. I'm having a lot more downtime, so it means that I can, kind of shoot something like this. I can, take the time to edit it and put it together. And I also think it's important as a filmmaker to be putting your work out there all the time so that you're not constantly growing stale and, you're keeping your skills sharp. So that's kind of the philosophy behind it. It's good to keep the work going, that kind of thing. Some of the things that you're going to see in this channel, they're going to be all of my old videos, and then what we're going to be looking at today is some of those videos. I'm going to leave them intact, kind of exactly as I released them, and reason being is because I feel like it's a good idea to kind of see the progress that I've made over time. I've done things like export them wrong with the wrong resolution. I've exported them, with the wrong aspect ratios. All sorts of things, but I think it's a good way of kind of getting some retrospective on what to do and what not to do. Again, another step that's important for a filmmaker. So now let's take a look at some of those videos. So, had to go inside, started raining a little bit. Also a little tidbit, started recording this, I don't know, two hours ago, something like that, and didn't get any audio. So always check your levels. We'll go back as far as possible. We have a video called The White Mamba. This was made in high school, and the first time I ever had my own camera. It's a little digital recording camera, whatever, that shot on mini DV. Good times. I hate mini DV. Pretty much just made a little prank video. It was something that we made on our senior trip. So this was in 2006 then. Made in the style of Law & Order for some reason. I don't know what I was thinking. One of the first things I learned in this video as I was making it is I'm shooting with a camera that can't shoot for shit in low light. And so one of the things I had to do was have, I think I had a flashlight of some kind that I just kind of held alongside it. So it's kind of really cool to kind of learn about what kind of things are necessary. Moving up a couple of years, we're going to take a look into my college years. So this is when, I really started making some really interesting things. One of them being the first time I learned After Effects. So I made a video called Attack of the Manny Clones. Saw a video from Video Copilot saying, hey, here's how you can make a cloning effect. Couldn't resist, so I had to do it. Really still had no idea of what I was doing, but I did have a little more technology. I will be honest, I totally had a pirated copy of After Effects. Sorry about that, Adobe.
I don't know, man, I almost got my hat shot off.
You can kind of see, I did some muzzle flashes, very basic. I think that was from Action Essentials, also from Video Copilot. Pretty interesting stuff, but yeah, as I watch this, a lot of things that are just kind of drug out, I can probably edit down for time. I didn't really do any effects for camera shake to kind of sell the realism of the clone, so kind of fun. Moving ahead, so this was also in college, first time I got to do a collaboration project. So this was kind of working together with, I think there was about 5 or 6 of us, and we were just kind of coming together to make kind of a story and just put it together. So that was kind of fun. So I would help edit some, like the opening shot here for the plane. We just went online and they were like trying to sell the effect. How can we show that we're in an airport? And I thought, well, stock footage, I've seen that. This is also one of the first few times I've ever actually kind of acted. No real interest in acting, but it's kind of fun because most of this was ad-libbed, so we're just kind of making stuff up on the fly. Okay, so skipping ahead, we're going to take a look at the Harvest Festival video I made. So by this point, I had actually gotten my own camera. It was a Canon HG10, no longer shot on DV, but it did save them digitally, but you had to plug in the camera to the computer to even download the footage. It's super wacky, but I was starting to learn a little bit more about frame rate, so you can see it's in 24 frames a second. I also exported it properly, the aspect ratio is proper, the resolution is proper for 720p anyway back in the day. But the other thing you might notice is it's got a depth of field adapter. So there was a company called Jag35 back in the day that kind of made these adapters for these cameras, and I just wanted to achieve that shallow depth. I thought it was the most cinematic thing possible. only later to discover it doesn't really matter about depth of field, it matters about how you use it. Also around this time, Magic Bullet had their looks program, so it was fun because I dipped into color grading for the first time. Alright, so we'll skip ahead into the start of wedding stuff. So I'll show you the first wedding video I ever did. This was done for my sister's friend Rosa, and my sister told me about this wedding 3 days before and said, "You're shooting this video." So I was like, okay. So I went on Vimeo, I found this guy called Marone Films, and I pretty much just ripped off his video. Same song, you know, just tried putting in beauty shots, whatever. Kind of interesting. I had a friend, Tim Johnson, who had a glide cam. He lent that to me. I had no idea how to use it. You can see here horizontal lines are all over the place. Still kind of diving into that Magic Bullet looks. I was kind of doing like vignetting, you know, so I was doing like soft edges and, you know, just kind of treating the image a little bit more, making it a little more interesting. I really learned a lot just because as you're documenting a wedding, you're just there on the day and you capture what you capture. That's it. So roll with the punches, get as much as you can, assemble that footage later on, and try and show the day. First wedding of several. I'm still doing weddings to this day, so one of my favorite videos to make. We're going to skip all the way ahead to the most recent video I've made. If you want to watch any of the other old ones, just tune into the channel, New Village Cinema, and you can go into the old videos playlist and check them out there. I've got a lot in there. Some are really fun and entertaining, some are really awful, but you can kind of take a look at what it's been like from then until now. We're going to take a look and see what the most recent one, which is using the Surui whatever anamorphic 50mm lens. I've always wanted to shoot anamorphic after finally learning what it is and what it can do, retaining all of that high resolution of HD into an anamorphic image instead of cutting off all of that resolution. Really also love the oval bokeh effects. This lens doesn't really do it too prominently, but you can still kind of sneak it in some spots. You definitely have to have a lot of layers in between your subject and your background to achieve like good looking bokeh, I think, but even so, for a lens that's under $1,000, that's awesome. I'll take it. You can see some of the lens flares are coming through. It's kind of nice. Still not prominent, but I think if I color graded a little more, I could pull them out. I've shot this on my Moswa Aircross gimbal. Just kind of seeing what it would be like. I didn't really have, obviously, the chance to be able to adjust focus on the fly, but still something to get used to. You know, it's just a manual focus, manual exposure lens, so seeing it in action is kind of fun. And there you go. That's pretty much all of them there. Thanks for watching, and you know, tune into the two channels I've got going on. I have New Village Cinema. That's where we're going to be uploading some of the video work that I've done previously, as well as some of the ongoing work that I've done, so you can always tune in and see what I'm up to. And then of course I'm going to have this channel, which is New Village Pictures, and that's where I'm going to be doing the vlogging and tech reviews, kind of things like that. I'm looking at doing another video here for the Siri anamorphic 50mm lens, so look for that next. That's coming up. But thanks for watching, consider subscribing, and we'll see you guys later.